Coming up on SCTV3, we have a day in the life of Springfield College's president.
Plus, see what students are doing for summer break.
All that and more tonight on SCTV3.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to this edition of SCTV3 Weekly News, our last one for the academic year. I'm River Mitchell.
And I'm Liam Riley. Thank you for joining us.
We start tonight's edition here on Alden Street. Since 2013, Springfield College President Mary Beth Cooper has been the leader of the college and has elevated its humanics mission to new heights.
Have you ever wondered what her busy day looks like? SCTV3's Logan Briggs went out to find out what it's like to be SC's president.
I also want to echo the comments about what a beautiful day, just even walking on campus and seeing everybody recreating outside and enjoying the beautiful campus. I mean, we have gone from...
So a typical work day versus a weekend, but a typical work day starts about 5 in the morning. We've got 2 dogs. We've got Jack, who's 10, our chocolate lab, and then Duke, who's 2. Our black lab is actually our son's dog, and he's away training. He's a pilot. So they get us up around 5. So we do a lot of email in the morning, and then take care of the dogs, walk them outside, do email till about 6:15. Then I go over to the gym, or I go downstairs. We've got a gym at home, and so I do about an hour of exercise, come back up, start the day, and then the day proceeds with meetings, one-on-ones with the people that I supervise, go over to Cheney or the union once a day, either at lunch at Cheney or over for a cup of tea to see students. And then we've got either more meetings for the council meetings in the neighborhood or athletic events or programs that are offered. And then we get home about 7 o'clock and we always watch Jeopardy.
Despite her busy day, President Cooper still takes the time to keep herself healthy and goes on lengthy walks throughout the community.
So it started with COVID, and I was here alone, not really alone, but it felt like I was alone when students went home. And so I started this practice of walking over to East Campus, which is about 3.1 miles from my door all the way through East Campus and back. And so every day I do at least 3. Some days I do 6. Some days I walk over to Wanu and then come back through East Campus, and it grounds me. I feel like the walking gives me some mind space. Sometimes I talk to friends or family members, but I try to get in 6 miles a day. And that has given me, works off calories, but it also gives me a lot of mind space.
Although she has made many accomplishments over her tenure as president, she says there is one thing that has stood out among the rest.
Keeping Springfield College student-centered has been my greatest accomplishment. And it's the reason that I signed up for another term, if you will. When I thought I might retire next year, I said, I'm not quite done. And so we've got a residence hall to build, we've got academic programs to strengthen, and we want to make sure that Springfield College is viable.
Even with her demanding job, President Cooper finds it very important to spend time with the students, having fun, which includes refereeing at last month's All-Star basketball game, featuring staff and students.
It's very enjoyable for me. When I've had a stressful day dealing with budget issues or problems that we might encounter, a steam pipe or something, to go into Cheney or to go into the union and see students gives me a lot of joy. And I think lots of presidents feel that it's stressful. It's a stressful job with everything that's happening. And I think they are short-sighted not to spend time where all the energy is, and it's with the students.
Although being president of Springfield College can be stressful, she admits she loves her job and she is not ready to leave yet. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Logan Briggs.
Tuesday night, the Springfield College Community Chorus and Band held its annual spring concert. The performance took place in Marsh Memorial and started with the Springfield College Band performing songs such as All Blues by Miles Davis and Fists of Fury by Kamasi Washington. The community chorus then took the stage and sang 3 songs, including Billy Joel's The River of Dreams and Keeping the Faith. The solos for the show were performed by Anna Hutchinson with her new song, To Love Me, and Corinne Conity, who sang the traditional folk song, House of the Rising Sun. Anita Anderson Cooper is the director of the chorus and hopes the concert attracts more students to join the choir.
They should join the choir because, well, first of all, sports and singing, breathing have a lot in common. So right there. Plus, it's so much fun to be part of a community and part of a group that can make great music together.
The concert was a part of the William Simpson Fine Art Series at Springfield College. The series concludes its Spring 2026 series with Emergence, a graduate art therapy and counseling major's art exhibition on display May 5th to 16th.
This past Saturday morning, Springfield's Humanics in Action Club teamed up with Public Safety to host a campus-wide cleanup day. Students from the club, along with President Mary Beth Cooper, dedicated a few hours of their morning to picking up litter and improve the campus environment. The cleanup began behind Reed Hall and International Hall, then gradually moved across campus towards the green behind the Union and the area near President Cooper's residence. By the end of the event, volunteers have filled numerous trash bags with debris collected from the edges of campus, making a noticeable impact. The event also served as an opportunity for students with parking tickets to have one waived through participation, adding an extra incentive to get involved. With Earth Day falling back on April 22nd, the cleanup gave students a meaningful way to contribute to a cleaner, more sustainable campus.
Chris Gagne, the chair of the Visual and Performing Arts Department, has been at Springfield College since 2019. Gagne teaches many of the music classes on campus, as one of those being music as a form of social protest, which he's teaching this semester. I sat down with Gagne to learn more about his interest in music and how he found his way to Springfield College in the final edition of Friendly and Familiar Faces of Springfield.
Going back to when I was a student, when I was in like middle school, high school, some of my best experiences in that age was music, and having a music educator. My middle school music teacher was a really big influence on me, and so at a very young age, I sort of looked at sort of him and sort of what his life looked like, and sort of had that as a target, a goal of mine to be a music teacher. So by the time I got to high school, it was sort of clarifying in my mind, and then eventually, I started taking lessons, music lessons with college professors, and that became something that I was really interested in doing. Out of my undergraduate years, I was doing a lot of playing musically in Boston. I was really focusing just more on my own music and kind of making music with others and networking and kind of playing in Boston and New York. And so that was really my focus for maybe 4 or 5 years out of college. More of a jazz musician, so most of my music is coming out of the jazz world, and so some of the venues that are very famous in jazz, like the Blue Note Jazz Club in New York, Lincoln Center, those are some of the big New York jazz venues that I've played at, which are great. There's a classic venue down in New Orleans, which is like sort of the birthplace of jazz, called Snuggs Harbor. I played there recently. Just jazz venues in general are the places that I get really excited about playing at. And then as I started to do more teaching, I was teaching around that time as well. But as I started to want to do more teaching and like maybe get a job at a college or a job at maybe a high school, I realized that I needed to go to grad school. So I went to get my master's degree at New England Conservatory, which is in Boston. And then from there, I went to get a doctorate in music at University of Miami down in Florida. After that, I came back up to the Northeast, continued playing and pursuing that, but also teaching at Merrimack College in North Andover. And then about 5 years after that, came here to Alden Street. Through the nature of the opportunity, what I was doing at Merrimack was very specific. It was, great, but I was sort of directing a couple ensembles. It was more of a part-time position in conjunction with other things I was doing, whereas coming to Springfield, I really had the opportunity to kind of, fully commit to one space and teach, a multitude of classes, run an ensemble, try to build a bit of a music program and oversee it, be a program director for the music program, which is not something I was able to do at Merrimack. So, it was a great opportunity at the time and very much worth the jump. Being a department chair of a visual and performing arts department, we have a lot of arts offerings on campus. And so really what I'm doing most of my day, early, in particularly like mornings, is just kind of connecting with faculty in my department, making sure everything's running and operating the way it should here in Blake Hall, checking in on our part-time faculty, our full-time faculty, interacting with students, kind of solving the problems that tend to pop up, and there's always going to be registration issues and things like that in course offerings. So I'm doing a lot of that stuff. And then maybe about by noon or so, I'm starting to think about my teaching, right? So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm teaching my classes. So I'll start prepping for my class around noon. And then I'll teach that class at 2:40. On Mondays, I direct the band. So I'm usually like arranging music on my computer here. I have my little mini keyboard over here, and I might do some arranging to print music out for my rehearsals. And so on Mondays, I'm spending about 3 or 4 hours prepping for my rehearsal. Seeing all the robust kind of creation and creativity, I guess, of our students, it's really, really exciting. And it's my discipline is music, so that's all I know. But to see the dancers and to see the choreographers and to see the artists, like that's stuff I can't even do. So I'm always super impressed by seeing that work. I have two little girls, so a lot of times the music I'm listening to is not the music that I want to listen to, it's what they want to listen to. So it's like Frozen and Wicked and like all the stuff that they're really into, which is great. So yeah, we always listen to music though. They're passionate about music. But yeah, decompress. We like to get out. We like to just go on a hike, go canoeing, so we try to get out, particularly as the weather turns for the better here. We try to get out as much as we possibly can.
Today has been a cold and cloudy day here on campus, but what does the weather look like leading into the final exam period? We turn it over to SCTV3's Logan Briggs in the studio with our local and national weather update. Logan?
Although the May flowers are coming in, the April showers will stick around for a little longer. Friday will be sunny with a high of 59 and a low of 42. The weekend will be a wet one with a high of 58 and a low of 41 on Saturday, and a high of 55 and a low of 42 on Sunday. The start of the week will be much warmer with a high of 63 and a low of 39 on Monday. Tuesday will have a high of 70 and a low of 50, but it will remain cloudy. The clouds will stick around on Wednesday, but so will the heat with a high of 70 and a low of 51. Thursday brings another chance of rain with a high of 61 and a low of 52. Now onto our national weather update. A powerful storm ripped through Mineral Wells, Texas and caused serious damage on Tuesday evening. The National Weather Service informed the area's fire chief that a tornado did appear to have hit Mineral Wells, with a preliminary rating of EF2. Downed trees, debris, and power lines littered the area. 5 total tornadoes were confirmed to have hit the area Tuesday. A state of emergency and curfew have been ordered as crews and residents continue to clean up the aftermath of the storms. Over the past 4 days, 7 tornadoes have hit the northern Texas area. Fortunately, no one was killed or severely injured, with only minor injuries reported. After the break, we have our weekly Q&A with the professor in the English department and how he found his passion for teaching Shakespeare. You're watching SCTV3 Weekly News. Stay with us.
Oh, Vanessa. You gonna text her back?
Nope. I'm high. I'm gonna hit the treadmill.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
We need to go meet the guys. I'm lit. Can you drive?
Nope. I'm high. How about they come over?
Where?
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Andy Kazakowski is an English professor here at Springfield College who teaches many courses, one of those being Shakespeare, something he has been passionate about for several decades. SCTV3's Connor Rourke sat down with Kazakowski to learn more about his interest in Shakespeare and when it all started.
Let's back up. I took Shakespeare in high school, but I didn't like Shakespeare in high school. I didn't like English in high school. I had no idea I was going to become an English teacher when I was in high school. It's the furthest thing from my mind. And then I took Shakespeare in college. I went here. I took Shakespeare in college. That didn't inspire me either. It wasn't until I started teaching it. When I started teaching it, I started to really get in depth with the plays and with the scholarship about the plays, and I started to see things that I never would have seen otherwise. And I said, hey, there's a lot to this guy. There's a lot going on. And not only is he doing a lot with his artistry, you know, the way he puts words together, but his commentary on people still applies. And the guy would be, what, 462 years old or something at this point. And it still applies today. So he had insight to, to us as humans that a lot of authors, I think, don't. I love Macbeth. I love the supernatural aspects of Macbeth. I love the fact that you get to see this guy, you know, reach the top and then, you know, just fall apart. I love King Lear. Another devastating tragedy. And I really like Twelfth Night. You know, I think it's one of his finest comedies. So those would be my top three, although, you know, and there are some that I don't like at all. And I don't want to name those, but I'll teach those if somebody, you know, twists my arm, but otherwise, probably stay away from those. Well, I think just the idea that there seems to be no bottom to this guy's depth. I mean, the more you read him, the deeper it gets, and I think that's just fascinating. And I don't see that with a lot of other authors. There seems to, you know, you get to a certain point, and okay, you know, you've hit the bottom. Now, you know, this guy, there's nowhere for this man or woman to go. You know, with Shakespeare, that just doesn't seem to happen. And that's the Shakespeare side. But obviously, you're not teaching in a vacuum. So the other aspect of this whole thing is the class that you're teaching to. And when you start to see students, they come in with a certain attitude about Shakespeare, and I don't blame them, because I had the same attitude too. But as we start to go through the plays, you can start to, in a lot of them, not everybody, but in a lot of them, you can start to see that attitude start to change. And then when they start to make their own connections in the plays, well, I just feed off of that. And so, so I think, you know, there is the study of Shakespeare, but then there's the application in the classroom that is really the most invigorating, seeing students start to make connections of their own and make some great points of their own. And I tell them all, they don't have to agree with me. As a matter of fact, I find it, you know, more fun if they don't. As long as they, whatever opinions they have, they can back up with textual evidence, they win. And then that's the whole give and take. And it's nice to see them, you know, have give and take with me. It's also nice to see them have give and take with each other in the classroom. I think that's where the real magic is. So it's the whole thing altogether. Just to see the synapses kind of connecting in the brains of the students, you know, to see them kind of making their own connections, and when they walk out of the class, it's like, yeah, you know, I'm not sure I'm going to go home and read any more Shakespeare, but I get the fact that I understand why we do it now. Oh, God. You know, a couple players. I think that he'd be, I don't want to say Wayne Gretzky, because I don't believe he was the greatest player, but he would have the artistry of, say, Wayne Gretzky, but he'd also have the sense of humor and the devilishness of like a Brad Marchand too. You know, he'd kind of poke you all the time too, because I see both of those things in his plays. So that's kind of what I see with him.
If you're interested in taking Professor Kazakowski's English 467 Shakespeare class, it is being offered next semester on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 11 to 11:50 in the morning. Spots still remain.
Now for SCTV3's national headlines.
Spots.
King Charles is making a rare trip across the pond this week. SCTV3's Emma Bynes takes you through his itinerary.
King Charles and Queen Camilla are taking a rare royal visit to the United States this week, the first since 2007. The couple arrived on Monday, attending various events with President Donald Trump. Here's what he had to say on the visit.
The King is fantastic. We spent a lot of time together. We had a lot of talk. We talked about this also. And he loves his country, and he's a great king, and he's a great friend of mine.
Yesterday, the pair spent the day in New York at receptions and also visiting food-insecure children in Harlem. The Queen attended a reading at the New York Public Library. Today, the royal family is headed to Virginia before they'll take a trip to the islands of Bermuda, a part of the United Kingdom's Commonwealth. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Emma Bynes.
The visit was planned in conjunction with the 250th anniversary of America's independence.
Former FBI Director James Comey is speaking out about a new indictment from the Department of Justice. This time over a social media post the DOJ says was a threat against President Donald Trump. Legal analysts say that this will be a serious test of the First Amendment. SCTV3's Dante Iadafredi has the latest.
It's the now-deleted social media post at the center of new federal charges against Trump foe James Comey. The former FBI director posting seashells arranged in the numbers 8647 last year. 86, often slang for get rid of or disregard.
Threatening the life of the President of the United States will never be tolerated by the Department of Justice.
Today on CBS Mornings, Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche.
When you talk about whether proof exists, the proof that we have is in the fact that the grand jury returned an indictment.
Tuesday, Blanche announced a grand jury indicted Comey on 2 counts, threatening the life of the President of the United States and transmitting a threat in interstate commerce.
James Comey allegedly threatened the life of the President of the United States, and as you all now know, shortly after posting that threat, he deleted that threat and then issued an apology.
I'm still innocent, I'm still not afraid, and I still believe in the independent federal judiciary, so let's go.
Comey defended himself in a video posted online. CBS News legal analyst Jessica Levinson says the case will hinge on the First Amendment.
So these are frankly unusual charges in the sense that they're based on symbolic speech.
This comes just days after a gunman rushed security at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, writing plans to kill members of the Trump administration. A judge dismissed separate charges brought against Comey last year, finding the prosecutor in that case was appointed illegally.
This is not who we are as a country. This is not how the Department of Justice is supposed to be.
Comey says he'll fight these charges as well. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Dante Iadafredi.
The DOJ would not say if other charges are forthcoming in relation to the alleged threats against the president. James Comey is not the only one in the family making waves with the Trump administration this week, as just yesterday, a judge ruled that his daughter Maureen, a former federal prosecutor who accused the administration of unjustly firing her for political reasons last year, can now proceed with a federal lawsuit against the decision.
4 months after a shocking and deeply personal crime rocked a Southern California family, the case against the accused son is still unfolding, but is currently facing delays in court as new details emerge. SCTV3's Connor Rourke has a story.
More than 4 months after the killings of Rob and Michelle Reiner, their son Nick made a brief court appearance today, shackled at the waist and facing murder charges. However, the case is facing delays and won't move forward anytime soon. Prosecutors say the autopsies are still incomplete, while Reiner's attorney argues she has yet to receive all the evidence needed to build a defense. Reiner has previously pleaded not guilty to the stabbing deaths of his parents, which investigators say happened inside their South Carolina home just hours after the family attended a holiday party hosted by Cohen and O'Brien. Nick Reiner is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and is currently being held without bail. Last week, the Reiner's eldest son, Jake, broke his silence in a deeply emotional essay. He described his mother, Michelle, as my confidant, and his father, Rob, as my hero. Reflecting on the tragedy, he wrote, "We lost more than half of our family that night, in the most violent way imaginable. Any loss of a parent is devastating, but losing both at once and having your brother at the center of it is almost impossible to process." The district attorney's office declined to comment on the delay in releasing the autopsy reports. Nick Reiner is scheduled to return to court on September 15th. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Connor Rourke.
Until then, the case and the questions surrounding it remain unresolved, leaving the Reiner family stuck grappling their loss.
Coming up, SCTV3's Lanaya Delgado has you covered with the final edition of SCTV3 Sports Extra for the academic year.
There is a
first night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
In the first edition of Attention Alumni, Communications and Sports Journalism graduate and former SCTV3 president Taylor Sanzo returns to campus for the first time since 2021. A bit has changed since Sanzo graduated, such as the construction of the Brown Cooper Health Science Center and the tearing down of Gulick Hall. Tune into Attention Alumni on the first episode of Angles of Alden Street, the perspectives that define the pride, a new SCTV3 show streaming live later tonight at 8 on SCTV3's YouTube channel.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way. My kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Welcome to this edition of Sports Extra. I'm Lanaya Delgado, and here's what the Pride Athletics have been up to the last week. Baseball won 2 of 3 games, getting closer to a new MAC tournament appearance, including a 2-1 win over Babson Tuesday after 7 shutout innings from Jack Richburg. Softball picked up 3 wins, sweeping Coast Guard on Friday 5-0 and 6-2. Men's lacrosse is in the middle of a new MAC tournament game with MIT right now, a rematch of a classic on Stag Field last month. And now, let's look ahead at what Springfield Athletics has starting with the home slate. Men and women's track and field will compete on Blake Track for the New England Division III Championships. Softball will look to finish strong as the Babson Beavers travel to Alden Street for a regular season finale. And capping off the home slate is baseball, closing out its season with a doubleheader versus MIT. Shifting gears to take away the schedule, not too many action is going on, which is a plus as the semester comes to a close. Students can soak in the last amount of action on campus. As for softball, the Pride battled WPI before its matchup with Babson. The Engineers are ranked 15th in the nation. All the action can be caught on Flow Sports. If you would like to have any other information regarding Springfield Athletics, visit springfieldcollegepride.com. This week's Athlete of the Week looks a little different. Fresh off leading the Pride to a national championship, I sat down with the men's head coach, Charlie Sullivan. My name's Lanaya Delgado, and I'm here in studio with Coach Sullivan. Division III national champions. How does that feel?
Yeah, feels great. Guys did a great job, so we're really happy.
What was going through your mind that day at that final point?
Oh, so that day, it's an emotional day because you don't want to be. You're naturally going to think like this would be great if we won, and gotta be good to be in Blake Arena with all of our community and confetti, and that's like a really good feeling. But that's very distracting from what you're doing in the present moment. So. I was just trying to stay non-emotional. We had like 65, 70 alumni back. That was like, could have broke down right there. But even those, even in that situation, just trying to stay like
as a matter of fact, and happy, but really ready just to go to work. And this was one of our three pillars for the day that we wanted to attach to. Was I think last year in the semifinal, when we won the semifinal, we felt like we'd accomplished a lot, and it's just you almost like relaxed a little bit too much, and you got to be ready to. Even though you did a great job in semifinal, you got to be ready to like put 10 times more focus, 10 times more energy, 10 times more work into the final. So we were just preparing to be really diligent about working hard in the final.
You played against Carthage, and they had swept the team that they played to make it to you. And I know that those players were like super amped for the rematch from the 2022 defeat. What advice did you give your team going into that? Because you already knew like the stakes are high. This is the one, match that you guys have to defend yourself, and you have someone else going to try and, get revenge. Well, how did you prepare your players for that?
Yeah, it wasn't so much different because of the past history with Carthage. And, we have Carthage thinks like we're their greatest nemesis and achieving their goals. But it's really been a number of teams that have stepped up as we've been consistently the team to beat. So like, we had the same relationship with Stevens. If you talk to someone from New Paltz players will tell you like I was the only player in my 4-year career to beat Springfield more than once, and we can go back to Juniata in the early 2000s. So we have this relationship with a number of teams, or they think that we're their big roadblock to their success. So with the Carthage situation, it wasn't much different. Than just preparing for a regular match. I felt good being at like I don't know how much it was, but my 15th or 16th national championship final. I felt good about giving them some advice on this day and what works and doesn't work. So we were just preparing as best we could for that match.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And having the game hosted at Springfield College and then making it in, and then that final day, like competing in it, what does that mean for not only the team, but as a school in general?
Yeah, I thought it was a great reflection of our community. Like I talked about in the press conference a little bit, our community started as a community that developed servant leaders, and leaders that were going to be able to influence other people by, first developing themselves, the whole person, in spirit, mind, and body. And so to see our whole community kind of serving that way and being humanic, I think that's when we get our community together like that, it's really powerful, the performance we can achieve. So, like in the middle of the season or early in our season, we had a couple teams that were kind of regularly come to our games, and our guys did a really good job in the fall of attending as many home contests as possible. We had a minimum of 15 guys out of our 24 that had to be at a game, a men's soccer game, women's soccer game, field hockey game, things like that. I think it paid off coming back in terms of teams coming to our games. So, and then we had the regional final versus New Paltz, and I think it's when things changed in Blake Arena. I mean, when the women's lacrosse team got their sticks out and the full team put their pads and helmet on and the wrestlers got their singlets on, it just became like a really powerful environment to play in. And we were fortunate enough to earn the host of the regional championship, and then we had to win that to go to the Final Four. And everyone thought we were hosting the Final Four. It's going to be great for us, but we really had to. It was probably to win the regional championship for me. Emotionally, it was the biggest relief because I couldn't imagine having the Final Four here and not being one of the 4 teams. So, but I think that to get back to your original question, the community was so awesome, and it was really special to share that in front of so many people that were serving us at that time, and hopefully we serve them back by giving them a reload in their spirit. You
guys were number 1 in the division. You guys win the national championship at home. Some could say that you've already reached the top. And where do you go from here? Where does the program go? Like, what are you hoping is the goal for the next season?
Well, there's going to be a ton of distractions now. I think our guys are probably already feeling a little too good about themselves. I always say never really listen to someone when they tell you how good you are or how bad you are. You have this self-evaluation that you're going through in terms of your values that you're working to achieve. But, yeah, there's going to be a ton of distractions. But, there hasn't been a year that our program has not had a target on its back. Like I said, winning so many national championships, and we've probably won like 94% of our games since 2012. So yeah, everyone that comes at us plays their Super Bowl game. We'll play a team, and they'll play awesome, and then they'll play like junk the next 4 games versus teams that are mediocre. Where if they played at the level they played versus us, they would have won quite easily. So we always get everyone's best. That's not going to change. You know, it's one thing to get to the top, it's a whole other thing to stay there. So to maintain our focus over these distractions, these periods that are going to come, that come from the celebrations, is going to be really important. And then to, instead of listening to how good we are, listen to what we can do better. It's going to be really important too.
My final question for you is, what if you have one word to describe this team, what would it be?
I'm going with adversity, adverse opportunist. Adverse opportunist. I'm making that word up? Can we make words up on TV?
We can.
Oh, that's great, yeah. Because they took advantage of adversity, and they used it as fertilizer for success or failures. And that was the best week we had. We went to Vassar on a Saturday and lost 14-16 in the 5th set. And then the next Wednesday went back to Poughkeepsie, which New Paltz is located in the same city, and lost 14-16 in the 5th set. And man, those two losses were phenomenal for us. They were so cool. We learned so much from them. And from there, we kind of scripted a formula of how our group can be really a lot better together. So, yeah, adverse opportunists.
Thank you so much for meeting with me. Congratulations on the championship, and I really hope you get Conlon the championship ring that he's been asking for.
Maybe an extra diamond on his.
On Saturday, the Springfield College baseball team dedicated its doubleheader against WPI toward the Adolescent and Young Adult Cancer Support Program. SCTV3 Callan Wikander was at the game and has more.
On Saturday, the Springfield College baseball team turned its doubleheader against WPI into something bigger than the game itself, dedicating the day to the Adolescent and Young Adult Cancer Support Program. The AYA program through Massachusetts General Hospital provides specialized, age-appropriate care for cancer patients ages 18 to 40, focusing on mental health support, peer networking, fertility preservation, and financial assistance, addressing challenges unique to young adults facing a diagnosis. I had the chance to speak with Keith Erickson, Director of Development for the program, who shared more about its mission.
So the AYA program helps patients between the ages of 18 and 35 up to probably 40. These are patients that aren't met by the other services that we historically offer. Those are pediatric patients, which will obviously go up to 18, and then older adults. And it's such a special population, the transitionary time in life. These are kids that are going into college.
Keith also informed me on what it meant to be invited out for a day like this.
So it's really inspiring, to be frank. Patients are so caught up in their own diagnosis and treatment that it can be difficult to see beyond that. But because of that, we are even more inspired and frankly invigorated in our work when patients and their families and their friends reach beyond their journey and do something extra.
The ceremony began 30 minutes before first pitch, featuring 3 AYA members, including sophomore Maya Casiello and former wrestling student-athlete Nathaniel Smiley Tejada, class of 2024, who each threw out a ceremonial first pitch. Casiello and I spoke about what it meant to her to be a part of today's ceremony.
It means a lot to me. It just means a lot to see everybody here supporting such a great cause.
Casiello delivered hers to first-year pitcher Jake Gombots, while Tejada threw to junior outfielder David Jurowitz, both Tejada and Jurowitz having battled and overcome Hodgkin's lymphoma. On the field, Springfield split the doubleheader, with Jurowitz making an impact as well, entering as a pinch runner and stealing a base in Game 1. Afterward, I caught up with him to talk about what it means to return to the field and be a part of a day that goes far beyond baseball.
It means the world. I couldn't have gotten here without Coach Shade. My man over there, Coach Simeon, I couldn't have done it without him as well. But most importantly, it's been my teammates too. My teammates have supported me throughout this the whole time. And it's great to be back, and I'm so grateful and so blessed to have the opportunity to come back and play.
Jurowitz also spoke on what it means to help organize and support an event that brings awareness to a cause that hits close to home.
It's amazing. It just shows that it's more than a game today. We're playing for people who don't get to play.
Even though the Pride dropped the first game, the day proved that what mattered the most went far beyond the scoreboard.
To learn more about the AYA Cancer Program, check out www.massgeneral.org. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Callan Wikander.
The Pride will be back on Archie Allen Field on Saturday at 12 and 3 to take on MIT. That will do it for the final edition of SCTV3 Sports Extra for the academic year. Stay tuned after the break to see what students are doing over the summer.
Can't believe you're doing this alone. I've done it before. I remember you threw your back out. How you holding up? Hand me that board. Nothing wrong with getting help. I'm good. I did it when Felicia left. I'll figure it out. I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone, that's all I'm saying. If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence? Now you need my help. You can be a real pain sometimes, you know that? Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Summer break is almost here, and with classes ending early next week, I went around campus to see what students have planned for the vacation.
My God, what a beautiful day on campus. And dare I say, it's kind of starting to feel like summer, which I guess would make sense because summer break is coming up in just a few weeks. I'm SCTV3's River Mitchell, and today we're going to be going around campus and asking people a few questions about summer break. Let's go.
What is your favorite thing about the summertime back in your home country in the fall?
Back in the home country, summertime, the favorite thing that I remember, because it's been a long time, almost whole year, the favorite thing is like there is a field and a lot of trees. So like, I don't know how to say, like there is a field, big field and a lot of trees. So people go beneath the tree and basically the young people like us sit, chit chat, play some card, have good time. I think that is one thing that is on top of my mind right now.
I live in Texas.
Texas? What part of Texas?
Closer to the Dallas area.
Dallas. All right, and what is your favorite part about summertime in the Dallas area?
Absolutely nothing.
It's pretty hot. I can understand
exactly. You can't do anything outside without melting.
I think it's just seeing like a lot of people like outside and pretty much just kind of like seeing old friends I really didn't get to see while I'm up here. But when I'm back at home, it's just cool to see so many people at like beaches, and I think just like having that like smell of like cookouts is the best part.
I spend a lot of my summers up in Maine, but I mean, what's better than springtime at Springfield College? Like right now, with green trees in bloom, flowers everywhere.
I mean, it's in the name too, you know?
National champion, Springfield, exactly.
Springfield, yeah.
I mean, this is it.
I love being on the lake in the summer in Vermont.
Definitely just driving around with my friends with the windows down and listening to music.
I'd probably say the golfing. It's pretty fun there.
Golfing. What's your favorite course?
Wabika or Taconic.
What is your least favorite thing about the summer, and is it not being able to see your students?
Of course.
Okay, all right.
Like,
That's a good answer.
Heartbreaking. It is just, it tears at me. And so that's always the beauty of the fall, is being able to be reunited with my students who are heart and joy for me.
Do you have any other like fun plans for the summer? Do you have any trips that you're doing, working? What are you doing over the summer?
Probably work, but you know, just, like I said, a lot of time at the beach with family for sure. I think I'm just gonna be chilling mostly with the fam. I don't really have that much plans. I think obviously just getting ready for work. So
Just working and then going to the beach with my family.
My most exciting plans is for the summer, I'll be going to Japan for occupational therapy shadowing / internship for 2 weeks. So
Really? What part of Japan?
Tokyo.
Tokyo. That sounds super cool. Are you excited?
I'm very excited, yes.
Cooler, warmer than Texas? Do you know in the summertime?
It's definitely temperature-wise cooler, but it's very humid, so I would say it's about the same.
Right, in Texas more like that dry heat type.
Yes.
Right. All right. So when you're in Maine, sitting at your beach house or whatever it might be, do you have like a certain like favorite summer song that you like to listen to? Do you have a song that reminds you about summer?
I'd say As Time Passes by Sam Barber.
Probably Break of Dawn by De La Soul.
Okay.
Take me out to the ball game. I'm a big baseball guy.
Okay.
So, like minor league baseball up in Maine, the Portland Sea Dogs, the AA affiliate of the Chad Tracy led Boston
I've
Red
heard of them.
Sox.
Yeah.
Bob Marley song. Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah,
probably
that's
that
right.
one.
That's a good song. All right.
Currently, I would say Lush Life, if anyone knows that song.
Why would you say that song in particular? What's your favorite thing about that song?
I like the upbeat rhythm of it.
All right, perfect. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
As today marks the final show of the year, we celebrate 3 seniors who are graduating this May: River Mitchell, Liam Riley, and Lena Delgado. To honor the work they've done this school year, we have a surprise.
How's it going, River? It's Cal. I'm really gonna miss you, man. I just want to say thank you for helping me out in the Mac Lab all year, especially with my news pass. I'm really excited for what the future holds for you and wherever the wind takes you. Gonna miss you, man.
River, what's happening, man? It's Brady. Just want to thank you a ton, man, for all you've done for me, and I know so many people, especially on campus and at SCTV3. You're a tremendous person, and your intentions are so pure. Your motivation and your grind is inspiring, and I know I speak for a lot of people on that. I'm very appreciative of you, and I know you're going to kill it in Rapid City, man. So if you need anything, let me know. Make sure you stay in touch. Peace out.
Hey River, I just want to say congratulations on graduating, everything you've done here, being president of SCTV3. It's all been really amazing to work with you, and good luck in the future.
Hey River, I just want to say thank you for all the hard work you've put in these last 4 years at Springfield College. I know I've only known you for 2, but I know you've worked super hard, especially this year as president of SCTV3. You were the guy that showed me the ropes with my first VO, my first VOSOT, my first package, really everything. I shadowed you first, so I'm always going to be thankful for that. And I think we're all super excited to see what the stories are going to be like in South Dakota, because I don't even really know what goes on there, and I think that's going to be an adventure for you to find out. So keep in touch. I'm excited to hear about it, man, and congratulations again.
Yo, what's up, River? Congratulations on such an outstanding career here at Springfield College. Nobody I'd rather be the president for me my sophomore year. You absolutely took on the role, took on all the challenges, all the hardships, and you made the best out of it. You had such good poise, such resilience, and you really made the year fun for SCTV3. I'm looking forward to see what you do in your future career. Best of luck to you.
Hey River, congratulations on finishing your final SCTV3 episode and on graduating. We are all so lucky to have had you as a president. You've been an incredible leader to all of us, and you constantly raise the bar in our major for professionalism, dedication, and your hard work and commitment. We're all gonna miss you so much, but please come visit. You'll always have a home here on Alden Street, so congratulations again.
What's up, River? Congrats on having a high enough GPA to walk the stage in a couple weeks. Good luck, man.
Good job on finishing strong as president of SCTV3. The club will forever miss you.
Hey, Riv. Sad to say goodbye, but we're proud to see you go. You're going in a good direction. You already got a job secured, so that's one of the hardest parts you already got out of the way. But for everything you've done for us, thank you for being a president this year. We really appreciate your leadership and your guidance, and for me being the sports director, appreciate all the questions you had answered for me, and your flexibility on pivoting on a lot of stories.
John Doe, man. South Dakota. How you done? John Doe, man, you've done a lot for this major, president this year. Really provided a spark. I think this is the best year of SCTV3 so far through my 3 years. So 100%. John Doe, shout out to you, man. Hopefully you never get pulled over with some over 21 substances. John Doe, love you, man.
Hey River, I just wanted to say thank you so much for welcoming me into the SCTV3 family with such open arms this semester. This was something that was also new to me, and you really gave me such a big opportunity to shine and try something new, and I will forever be grateful for that. I'm wishing you the best of luck in your future after graduation, and I know you're going to do such amazing things.
River, Mr. President, congratulations on graduating. I'm super excited to see what you accomplish in South Dakota. I know you're going to do amazing, and your passion for storytelling is definitely going to shine at your new station, and I wish you nothing but the best, and thank you for always supporting me and having my back through things, and I'm super excited to graduate with you and Liam in just about 16 days.
Hey Riv, I just want to say congrats on the last 4 years at SCTV3, and it's been a great journey, man. When we started out as freshmen at that shadow day and seeing where we've come now, it's just been crazy. But I've really enjoyed the most about being always able to go on a trip with you. Whenever I want to go on a trip with someone somewhere, you're always like, I'm down to go. Whether it's Walmart, Chick-fil-A, or a Yankees game, it's been amazing. And a lot of the times, we've driven in this ugly Camry. And let me tell you, this Camry's ugly. Like, who lives in Vermont, man? So, figured I'd give myself one last ride in the good old Camry. But honestly, Riv, you've been one of my closest friends since I've come to Springfield. I really appreciate your friendship, your hard work, your attitude. It's just, you're someone who I'm always glad to be around, and I hope you will forever carry that with you, and I can't wait to see what you do in Rapid City, man. I'll definitely have to visit you.
Riv, I can't believe we're at the end of what's been an amazing 4 years here. You've been one of my best friends from right from the jump, ever since junior orientation, and ever since then it's been so great to get to continue to know you better and better. To see the growth you've had as a journalist over the 4 years has been so incredible to see, and especially this year, to see you really start to come into your own as a leader. It's just been incredible, and I'm so proud of you, and I am so grateful that you've been one of my best friends over the time here, and that I've ever really had in my life. And I am so excited to see what you do in the future down in South Dakota and far beyond that, and best of luck, and I am just so happy for you and so proud of you. Peace out.
Hi River, I hope all is well. I just wanted to say congrats on graduating, and you should be really proud of yourself, just all the things that you've done over your time at Springfield. I'll definitely never forget our little road trip to USA Hockey Nationals that we got to cover. That was really fun and a very cool opportunity. I'm glad I got to do that with you, but I wish you the best. I know you're going to go on to do some great things, so good luck and stay in touch.
River, congratulations on graduating. You've always been around ever since I got to Springfield, and it's been an absolute pleasure to see you grow, especially on the basketball court. Obviously, you and Liam and everyone has taken the torch that we were carrying for the last couple of years and ran with it. And now you're running all the way across the country, and I will most likely never see you again. Or at least that's how you make it sound. I think they have these things called planes, trains, and automobiles. But anyway, if this whole journalism thing doesn't work out, you can launch into your true passion and succeed Jeff Probst on Survivor so they can do like 1,000 more seasons. Anyway, I'm so proud of you and everything that you've accomplished here at SC, and I wish you the best of luck at the Tribal Council.
What's up, River? Just wanted to say congratulations on making it through your time at Springfield. Really been awesome to see you grow and go throughout the program itself, and also just taking SCTV3 and starting to make that a club of your own right there. It's been really cool just to keep up to date with all the content you guys are pushing out. Super creative, always willing to jump in and get your hands dirty and just really make sure that you are getting the full experience in TV. I hope you've learned a lot, even past, when Nick and I were there, and I'm sure that you guys are going to go off to do great things. Can't wait to see where you end up.
Congratulations, River. Really proud of all the work you've done, man. When you came in as a freshman to TV, you kind of took everything under your wing. You always worked hard, always asked questions, and you never really did anything half effort. You really put all your effort into all your stories, script writing, all that stuff. You came a long way from anchoring. You always had a really good talent as well, commentating, doing all the games and that kind of stuff. So I'm really proud of you, man. Really happy for your next steps after school and after graduation. You're going to do great things, and I wish you the best of luck, man.
Hi, River. I remember meeting you at an open house when you were a senior in high school. You seemed pretty shy, like you weren't sure about college or coming to Springfield. You opened up a little more in the spring when we saw you for Accepted Students Day, and then a little more at orientation. But even as a first year, it felt like you were taking it all in. That shy kid has come a long way. You're leaving Springfield College with a wealth of accomplishments. SCTV3 president, internships at Mass Live and Sports Hub. You become a sophisticated writer. You're a natural on camera. And you become a really gifted interviewer. Your interview of Coach Graves after her retirement announcement was insightful and really terrific. And now you're headed to South Dakota. I have no doubt you will crush it as an MMJ. Congrats, and don't be a stranger.
River, congratulations on your upcoming graduation, and thank you so very much for all of your contributions to SCTV3 during your time here on Alden Street. I'm so thankful that I had the opportunity to work with you these last 2 years, first as VP and now this year as president, and boy, have you done a wonderful job leading the organization and taking us to new heights. I thank you so very much for all that you've done to support everyone within the club, and I very much have enjoyed watching you grow as a multimedia storyteller, and I know you'll do great things, first in South Dakota, and I'm excited to see where your career takes you. Congratulations.
Hey River, you've been such an amazing president for this club, you know? I think you've been a great leader. You inherited a really strong club, and then you decided that's not good enough for me, I'm gonna make it stronger. I'm gonna make this club better, and you've done a really good job with that. And I think that you really set a standard for the next people to follow, and we're really gonna miss you around here.
Mitchell, what a journey. My goodness, I just cannot believe the River Mitchell who came in versus the River Mitchell who was leaving. You have grown a ton, and it's been a joy having you here. You really have developed such a great array of skills. It's awesome that you already have a job. That's quite an achievement. You are off to the races, and it has been so much fun sharing this time with you, and I will be a big fan going forward as you soar in the future.
Oh man, River, congratulations. Appropriately, yours is not coming from my office. You are getting me at home, which I think is so appropriate, because one of the things that I'll remember so much, River, about the first time that we met was about you sort of instantly, you knew that you needed a place that made you feel like home. And I really appreciate that about you from day one. You unwaveringly have committed yourself to making Springfield your home. And that means that for the last 4 years, your peers and those who are older than you and younger than you have watched what that looks like. And that is a huge skill. Sure, you're an incredibly talented storyteller. Yes, you're an awesome dude, but one of maybe your biggest contributions to COSJ and Wiser is for everyone around you to have seen what it looks like to truly sink in to COSJ, to Wiser, to Alden Street. That takes a special person, and I kind of knew that that was you from the moment we met, so congratulations, Riv. Be very proud. I'm very proud of you. I've always been proud of you. And this moment here in my home with my cat Ned, I wanted to just say congratulations, and I'm honored that that yours is a video I get to appear on. So congratulations, buddy.
Hey Liam, you know, you put me in charge of making this video, and I knew I had to make it good, so I even decided to mic it up. But in all seriousness, Liam, from the moment I arrived on campus, you were my go-to guy in terms of always being there for me. You know, teaching me how to make my first packages, you and River together, but you especially, like when I was too stressed out and I just needed someone to talk to, whether it was a serious conversation, sports in general, you were the guy I went to, especially as a freshman, you know, starting out. Now in year 2, our paths have grown, and I'm so fortunate to be taking the vice president role, kind of filling your shoes next year. So there's no one better for the position than you, but I'm hoping I can, you know, live up to your expectations. I'm so proud of you and excited to see what your future holds. So Liam, much love, and let's see what everyone else in this video has to say.
Hey Liam, back at it. Me and Sam here on the call again. Appreciate it for all you did for SCTV3, your contributions, always taking photos, you know, always see you walking around doing something. You were always on the run, always being active, and just always, you know, showcasing journalism on campus pretty well. Thank you again. Again, your leadership, your guidance, just, you know, always understanding that, you know, we want to learn and you're the person we want to go to, and, you know, you always answered the call. So best of luck in the future, and again, thank you.
Yeah, Liam, you know, 5-tool guy, utility player. Love to see it from the kid. Hopefully you get a JOB soon too. You know, I always tell Dante, I'm like, yeah, I saw Liam today, and he's like, yeah, of course, everyone sees Liam. He's all around the place. So shout out to you for that. And you have a good one, brother.
Hey Liam, I just want to say congratulations on finishing up such an incredible career here at Springfield. It's been an honor to get to know you and learn alongside you the past couple years. When I transferred here, you were one of the very first people that made me feel welcome and like I belonged here. So I really appreciate everything. You've always been a shoulder to lean on, and your hard work and dedication to what you do is just an inspiration for everyone. So we're all wishing you the best of luck in the future, and we know you're going to do great things. So congratulations again.
Liam, congratulations on graduating. Thank you for being the best vice president at SCTV3, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck on the journey in the real world, and I thank you for always welcoming me as a classmate.
Hey Liam, I just want to say congratulations on graduating. You've been a really great friend and sounding board over the years, and good luck in the future.
When I think of Liam Riley, the number one memory that comes to my mind is when he absolutely clowned me for probably 2 or 3 weeks straight after the Bengals' Week 3 loss to the Vikings this past season, 40-6. This guy is a big Minnesota sports fan. I'm a big Cincinnati Bengals fan. I had to hear about it every day at Advanced Radio and Broadcast Management for 3 weeks. But, Liam, you are incredible at what you do. I want you to know that you are incredibly, incredibly talented with multimedia skills, with writing skills. It's just such a beautiful thing to watch and listen to and, read and all that. Liam, I'm really excited to see what you do in your future. Stay in contact. I'm looking forward to making sure that you succeed in your career.
Hey Liam, how's it going, man? Obviously not the video I want to make. I'm going to miss you a lot, man. I really appreciate you helping me out all year, especially with all the packages and VOs I've done, and you've been around. Also seeing you around campus and just getting high makes my day. Really gonna miss that next year, but I know you're gonna do very well, and I'm very proud of you and all the work you've done. Just seeing you this year has been awesome, so thank you, I'm gonna miss you, man.
Mr. Liam P. Riley, this is Brady. I just want to congratulate you and give thanks to you for everything you've done for me and for finally making it to graduation. Really thrilled to be part of your journey here at Springfield College and a small figure in your career and in your life, man. And I hope for nothing but the best going forward. And if you need anything, let me know.
Liam, you do great work, whether it's for SCTV3, whether it's for our class, and even any of our classes. And so that's just been, always very impressive about you. And I also respect you for being the only person in our major that can pull off a pair of Anthony Edwards. So, congrats, dude.
What's up, Liam? Congrats on graduating, man. You're leaving me to continue the Liam legacy going, but I'll get it done.
Thank you for everything that you did for COSJ. Bye.
Liam, what a ride it's been, man. Seriously, I could not imagine my time at Springfield College without you being a part of it, right? I mean, we met on that very first shadow day with you, me, and Pat. We've been roommates this past year. He's been one of my best friends throughout my entire time on Alden Street. And truly, I'm going to miss hanging out with you every day and seeing you every day. So I know you're going to go off to do great things. Best of luck, and I'm always rooting for you.
Hey, Liam. I can't believe it's already been 4 years, man. Seems like just yesterday it was June orientation, and we were outside behind Abbey, I believe it was, and you got smacked in the head by some bad frisbee throw. And that was my first memory of you, but in the past 4 years, we've sure managed to make many, many more fond memories. But for the most part, in addition to remembering you as a extremely talented multimedia journalist, I will remember you as one of the best friends that I've ever had in my life. And for that, I am so grateful, and I am so grateful. And so I'm excited to see what you end up doing in the future. So congrats again on graduating, man. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you, and I'm so proud to call you my friend.
Hey Liam, just want to say I'm so proud of all the growth you've had, and so happy we could grow our friendship to what it is today. And you've done awesome work with TV. Can't wait to see what happens in the future.
Liam Riley, when we first walked onto Alden Street and into 007, to see Fadia reprimanding Brooklyn and Berto about their admittedly poor tour of Weiser Hall on that shadow day. I knew that this place would be home, and I knew that I was going to make some great friends along the way, and boy, was that true. We spent so much time together, not just on campus, but also at the Mass Mutual Center. Go T-Birds, fly Birds, fly. Got a big playoff series coming up against the P Bruins, but anyway, back to you, I guess. This is a video about you. You know, you've been a great friend. You've been such a great part of SCTV3, of the COSJ major as a whole. You've distinguished yourself, hard work, talent, and your dedication to both the club and the major. And, you know, while I think you're going to go on to do great things, I must admit, I do think you peaked with Liam's list about, you know, sophomore, junior year area, and it might be all downhill from here, but you never know. Life is unpredictable, but I'm sure you'll make the most of it. Obviously, we'll stay in touch. I made a great friend, and congratulations, buddy.
All right, Liam Riley, congratulations on an awesome 4 years at Springfield College. You did it the right way. You really poured yourself into everything here. You crafted yourself into a very well-rounded multimedia journalist. You're just such an earnest guy. You always greet me. I come into the classroom, hey Marty, how you doing? I'm gonna really miss that. But you've done a fantastic job here, and I wish you nothing but the best in the future.
Hey Liam, it's been a really fast 4 years. Boy, I can't believe you're already set to graduate. You've turned yourself into such an amazing storyteller for this club. I think not only one of the best storytellers we've had in a long time, but maybe one of the best storytellers we've ever had since I've been here with SCTV3. We're really going to miss you, and good luck.
Liam, thank you, congrats, well done. You should be very proud of all that you accomplished during your time here on Alden Street, and I'm so thankful I had the opportunity to work with you. You excelled as a key member of SCTV3's executive board these last 2 years, sports director, this year as vice president, and again, I'm so thankful I had the chance to work closely with you here on SCTV3, but also in the classroom. I'm very excited to see where your professional career takes you, because I'm sure you're going to do great things. Congratulations. Thank you, Liam, and please keep in touch.
Now it's your turn, man. Tag, you're it. Liam, I think I want to say the thing. Over the last 2 years, you have been the one to reach out to me and ask me for these goodbye videos. So this morning, recording one for you is, I guess, a perfect way to wrap, right? Liam, congratulations. I can't begin to put into words how rewarding it's been watching you develop from those very early experiences of you sitting in my class as a high school student to seeing you each week on the clips that y'all post. So I just want to tell you how unbelievably proud I am at the way that you have dedicated yourself to the craft, to learning the craft, to sharpening the craft.
Hey Liam, just wanted to say congratulations on making it through your time at Springfield. It's been awesome watching you go throughout the program and really just being a part of that first group that was just, you know, fearless and just wanted to make sure that they got their hands on everything as a part of the COSJ major. An awesome senior rise, you know, through the SCTV3 program. I hope you've learned a lot just from Nick and I, and then also, you know, as your time has continued at Springfield itself. So looking forward to seeing what you go on to do next. I know you're going to do great.
What's going on, man? Hey, Mr. LPR, Mr. Viking himself. Hey, congratulations. Man, that finish line is almost there. You know, this time is filled with so much excitement, yet I understand so much uncertainty. But with that, I hope you're able to take in all that you have left at Springfield, but also look back at all that you have accomplished over the years.
Hi, Liam. Congrats. You're graduating. You did it all at Springfield College. Broadcast, print, vice president of SCTV3, staff writer for the Springfield Student, multimedia, internships, ultimate frisbee, and you did it all with a smile. You really distinguished yourself as a photographer. Pause of the Pride was one of my favorite photo essays that ever ran in the Springfield Student. You were always such a positive presence in the classroom and in the newsroom, and you were willing to take on any assignment. When no one else would volunteer, we could always count on you. And you did some really good work. That positive attitude and can-do spirit will take you far. I have no doubt that you have a bright future ahead. I hope you keep in touch. Congrats and keep smiling.
Hi, Liam. I just wanted to say congrats on graduating. I really miss all of you guys, and I can't believe I'm making these videos. It's crazy, but I think you should be really proud of yourself. You were always the person to give 100% effort into anything that you did, and you were always the one who took video packages or stories that nobody else wanted to do. So I wish you all the best. I know you're going to go on to do great things, so congrats and good luck.
Liam, congrats on graduating, man. In our 3 years together, you became a perfect utility guy. From photo to video, writing, graphics, back-end things. I feel like you've always been a go-getter. Keep doing your thing, and I'm excited to see where it takes you.
Congratulations, Liam. I'm really proud of you, man. You've done some great work for TV these last 4 years, especially when you came in your freshman year. You kind of took the whole sports show into a new level. I know when you created Liam's List, it really added some new elements to the show. And especially after Brooklyn and I left, you and both Pat have really added some really cool things to TV. So you get a lot of credit there, man. And with your work that you did with Hoop Hall, and especially your coverage with the Volleyball National Championship that just happened recently, it was great work, man. You killed it, and I'm really excited for your opportunities after college. And I hope the Timberwolves can make a run this year in the playoffs, man. I know you are, for some reason, the only Timberwolves and Vikings fan I've met combined, which is weird, but in a good way. But anyways, congratulations, man. Really happy for you, and I hope everything works out for you after college.
Hey, Lanaya, thank you for all you do for SCTV3. Good luck in your future, and excited to keep in touch with you, and wishing the best for you. Congratulations on graduating, and good luck.
Lanaya, this is an interesting one here, because I don't know if you would remember this at all, but first semester last year, this is fall 2024, you were in my philosophy of sports class with Bob Gruber. I think that's before you joined the TV club. I think I didn't know you at all, but I remember your face in that class. So that's a little tidbit. Lanaya, it has been awesome to work with you for the past 2 years. You really do provide such a unique talent that is not talked about enough. You know, you really do have great social media skills. You're incredibly personable, very good people person, and that's just traits that are going to carry you into a great professional career. So I'm looking forward to seeing where it takes you and what happens on your journey. So best of luck. Thank you.
Hey Lanaya, congratulations on graduating, and thank you so much for everything. SCTV3 truly wouldn't be the same without you and all of your contributions. You always take the time to go the extra mile and go an extra step to push everyone around you, and you're always so supportive of everyone else's endeavors. So we wish you the best of luck in the future, and you will be missed.
What's up, Lanaya? Congratulations on your upcoming graduation.
Thanks for all the hard work you put in for COSJ.
Hey, Lanaya, congrats on your graduation from Springfield College. It's been great to get to work with you at SCTV3 throughout this year, and to see all the hard work you've put in has been really awesome, and best of luck moving forward.
Lanaya, third goodbye video. Let's keep it going. Another senior send-off. Congratulations to you and all your hard work. Your ability to balance your job as well as being a student here on campus is pretty remarkable, and it's inspiring to see. So thank you for all your hard work and dedication. For someone who, if this is a volunteer thing and you didn't have to be here, but you choose to be here every day and you show up, like again, you balance so well, and best of luck to you in the future. Thank you for all your hard work.
Lanaya, congrats on graduating. Just want to say, I knew you were going to be a fun one when, the first day in one of Amy's classes, you were talking nonsense about Angel Reese and LeBron James and whatever. So, shout out you.
Lanaya, hi, it's Shane Barron. I just want to thank you for all of your hard work these past 2 years, and especially this semester as our head of social media. You've really helped to expand everything that we do here, and you've also gotten some of my videos to go viral, so I'm very grateful for that, and good luck with everything for, down the road.
Hey Lanaya, I just want to say congratulations on graduating and everything you've done here, and good luck in the future.
Hey Lanaya, congrats on graduating. I know you're going to do such good things with all the social media skills you have, so best of luck.
Hey Lanaya, congrats on graduating. I think it is really impressive all the work you do for social media and just for SCTV3 in general, especially with working long hours at the hospital, being able to still go to class and do a lot of stuff for student media. I think that is so impressive. I hope you keep that hardworking mentality with you to wherever you go. I'm excited to see what you do.
Lanaya, I just wanted to say congratulations on graduating from Springfield College, and thank you for all your efforts with TV this year. One thing I always appreciated about you is you're always willing to lend a helping hand, always willing to take on an extra story, sometimes doing like 2 packages in a VOSOT a week. So all of that really did not go unnoticed. I really appreciate all your efforts with SCTV3 this semester, and best of luck to you in the future.
Lanaya, even though you've only been at Springfield College for a few years, you've made a significant difference and a big impact. You brought life experience and really important perspective to the classroom, the newsroom, and the COSJ program as a whole. You balanced an internship, working for multiple student media clubs, and a full slate of coursework on top of a job. You'd sometimes come to class after working an overnight shift at the hospital. I was always amazed by your poise, your ability to multitask, and your empathy. I don't know how you did it all or if you ever slept, but your ideas and your perspective helped the Springfield student and SCTV3 broaden their story coverage. You helped us all, including me, think about things differently. You were always so kind and so compassionate. Sideline reporter, ace storyteller, you can do it all, and do it all with style. I'm proud of you, and I can't wait to follow along and see what you do next. Congrats.
Hey, Lanaya, I got to say one thing is you are such an inspiration. You work so hard for this club, and then you go home and you work hard in your personal life too. I don't know how you keep up such commitment the way you do. And then to turn around, and then in the fall, every time I needed somebody to run the sidelines, be the sideline reporter for football, you were right there volunteering. I really appreciated that so much. You did a great job. Always just super friendly with guests. We're going to miss you around here.
Lanaya, congratulations on your upcoming graduation from Springfield College, and thank you for all your contributions to SCTV3 over these last 2 years. You excelled this year as the social media strategist on the executive board and really elevated SCTV3's social media presence. For that, I say thank you, and I applaud all of your efforts. You're one of the busiest people I know. Not everyone knows about your busy schedule, and I applaud that you've been able to get it all done. You've done great, and you should be very proud. Thanks, Lanaya. Please keep in touch.
Well, Liam, this is kind of crazy, end of the road here, last show with SCTV3, but I got to say, it's been a huge part of my college experience, and you've definitely, played a huge role in it. So thank you for coming along the ride with me.
I mean, it's been such a crazy ride, just going from when we used to write our stories on the board to now being here as seniors, sending off the last show. I mean, it's just crazy. But that'll do it for the final edition of SCTV3 for the 2025-26 academic year. We thank everyone for tuning in all year long, and we appreciate the support you have all given us along the way.
Be sure to go check out the live stream section of our YouTube channel to view every archive show, as well as all of SCTV3's social media accounts. While we won't be here, you can count on SCTV3 Weekly News being back next fall, same time,
same place.